Good morning. जी हाँ.
We are talking about your book, The Revolutionaries Shed Their Blood for India's Independence, Part 2.
हाँ जी.
And we have come to the next chapter of your book, which is
हाँ जी.
Chittagong Armory Raid Case. So,
हाँ जी.
in your book, there are many details available for
हाँ.
different revolutionaries. So, anybody who is interested to know about these stories about the
हाँ
revolutionaries
जी.
or want to get inspiration from them, then
हाँ जी.
he should read that book and get more details.
हाँ जी.
Okay. Okay. So, um, uh, one question comes to my mind is that Veer Savarkar. Uh, hello.
हाँ जी.
One question comes to my mind.
हाँ
Uh,
जी.
whether Veer Savarkar was ever getting pension from Britishers?
Yes. Veer Savarkar has a separate chapter.
Uh,
Veer Savarkar was arrested from London. He was brought to India. He was convicted in two cases. Three cases were instituted against him, but one was dropped. In two cases, he was given life imprisonment, both. When he reached the cellular jail, George, जो बैरी था, बैरी jailer, he told Savarkar that it is only 25 plus 25, 50-year sentence against you. That's all. But then Veer Savarkar challenged him, saying that do you think that your government would stay in India for 50 years?
mhm,
On which Barry had no answer.
mhm. My query is that did why he was given pension?
Any pension?
Acha, but somebody told me that Veer Savarkar was recipient of British pension. Is that true or false? I don't know.
No, no, no.
Acha.
The people who are against Veer Savarkar, they make out many stories about him.
Okay.
But actually, he was the person who had actually guided the revolutionaries, how to conduct the hunger strike or what pressure could be put on the British people so that they may feel that even revolutionaries are harassing us in the cellular jail also.
Okay. And did he ever seek a pardonship also from Britishers?
No, 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 no.
Never, ever. So it is all myth being spread about Savarkar.
Bus.
Okay.
Otherwise,
So,
they were kept for most of that period, more than 10 years in the jail, which
mhm,
anybody, he and his brother, both
mhm,
were kept more than 10 years. And when everybody was released in 1920, there were so many resolutions passed against the British government to release them also. There were only two, 3% were left besides Veer Savarkar. And then 1921, they Veer Savarkar, etc., they were also released.
okay. So under Chittagong Armory raid case, there were revolutionaries and they require arms to fight against Britishers.
That is
And,
right.
and they found that Chittagong Armory is there, which can be raided.
And
So in Chittagong Armory, were there only guns, etc., or other military hardware was also available?
uh, Pradeepji, this story, I was surprised to read it. It is a chain of actions by the revolutionaries. Once
Okay.
Bhagat Singh, he was convicted and then sentenced and hanged to death in March 31. The war against the British didn't stop. These Bengal patriots, Surya Sen, he was Surya Sen, he started this new movement in 1930, April. When one would read this Chittagong Armory raid case, he would be surprised to read it. They actually attacked Chittagong Armory raid case, and they broke open the store of
Actu-
arms.
Actually, actually, your connection was lost. So, could you please repeat about this Chittagong Armory raid? Your connection was lost in between.
Huh. Yes, I only say that revolutionaries had a chain of age group people. When
Mhm.
one group is sentenced by the Britishers, another group of revolutionary comes up.
Okay.
It was a continuous chain. Now, when Bhagat Singh, etc., were arrested in 1929, April 8, 1929, another group of revolutionaries led by Surya Sen, group of Bengal patriots, revolutionaries, they cropped up. On 8th April 1930, they attacked the Chittagong Armory raid. Armory, they broke open the lock and many unions spread. The people would enjoy reading it. They ultimately, British people, they caught hold of after British had many resources. They caught hold of them and sent to
So, in the
trial.
armory, there must be some bombs or some guns, maybe there in the
Huh,
armory.
guns, etc., and many armories, pistol or something like that. It was a great armory which was lock of which was opened by them, and then weapons were taken away. And they were fighting and killing the Britishers.
And this armory must also be protected. Also, still they were able to infiltrate into it.
Yes, that is right. They killed the people who were safeguarding them, and they disconnected the electric wires or telephone wires so that they could not contact the higher authorities. Very, but people would enjoy reading the Surya Sen also.
And who was the
And
guiding leader of these revolutionary groups?
Surya Sen, he was the leading figure. There was one lady also. Her
Mhm.
lady's name was mentioned in this chapter. She
Mhm.
also wrote about the Chittagong Armory raid case. Her
Mhm.
name was Kalpana Da.
Okay, Kalpana Dutt.
Kalpana, Kalpana Da.
Mhm.
She wrote that a regular pitched battle went on till dusk, and then
Mhm.
the troops were forced back. Among Chittagong's revolutionary youth, Jalalabad Hill became a saga of unyielding resistance. The reader, when they read it, uh, they will have a many more players to think about the activities of these revolutionary patriots.
Mhm. Okay. And when Mr. Surya Sen was sentenced to death, so what message he gave to
Uh,
his countrymen?
but he did gave the message and ideal and unity. Though these are two parts. Ideal number two, unity. Ideal was independence of India, and unity was that you remain united. He was giving a message to the revolutionaries that the British would try to divide you, but you never part away with from one another and keep united. India would going to be independent shortly. हालांकि this man,
And sir, in those times also, India was a diversified country. There were
yes,
so many religions, so many castes, so
हाँ
many
बिल्कुल,
languages.
हाँ
So, what was the force or slogan which could unite India at that time?
slogans were the revolutionary they used to praise their ancestors, like the heroes of 1857 war. And they used to encourage the youth that if you are sleeping, when will you wake up to give to get the Mother India released from the shackles of British? So these were the poems. Many poems are mentioned in the book, which was a directly challenge to the young generation to rise above self and give up their relatives and their mothers and parents and etc. and serve the country, which was Mother India of everyone.
Mother India. Okay. And at that time, the Mother India was included, I think, Afghanistan, uh, this
At that time, Afghanistan,
Bharat,
no, Afghanistan was, it was limited to this India and Pakistan.
uh, it was part of India.
Pakistan was a part of India.
And what about Afghanistan?
That was not.
But
Uh,
under Maharaja Ranjit Singh, it was.
that is right, but it had separate ultimately gone.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay. And Mr. KR, our former president, Mr. KR
this,
Rai.
that is a very big story. That story of bravery and courage. The
Mhm.
president, when he went to this cellular jail, he made a speech on December 30, 1997. He said, if you can teach the message of these revolutionaries who suffered and died for in the cellular jail, that would be a big message for the youth to make them patriotic or to create a feeling of patriotism in them. But
Mhm.
see, look at the sacrifices made by these revolutionaries. Pardeep one thing is there that after that Veer Savarkar wrote a book on this the happenings which they faced in the cellular jail. ऐसे Punjabi Son Singh Pakna had written a book separately. Baba Sakha Singh has also written a book. Bengali patriots had also written a book. But each book related to their own area, own period when they were in the jail. So there was, when I wrote a book, The Hero of Cellular Jail, it related to all the periods.
Mhm.
And one of the rare books which was liked by the director and CERT. That is why they publish it as supplementary reading for the school, senior school students, so that the students may learn that what price had to be paid for achieving this independence. That is
Sir,
what the
in,
Rashtrapati
90,
also said it.
in 1997, Rashtrapati, when he visited Cellur jail, only
Hanji,
then he got sensitized about its importance.
that is right. Bilkul.
So when how common man will be able to visit Cellur jail or get motivated or
Now
aspire?
everybody is going. When I went there as last secretary, there were 5 flights in a week which
Uh,
visited Andamans. But
mhm.
now these days, possibly before COVID, every day 5 flights were there, Andaman.
Okay.
The
Mhm.
people were visiting Andaman. That was a big tourist place for them.
Shouldn't be some light and sound program be created all over India for
That was
the.
during my time. It was done, but during my time, when I was there, I joined there as last secretary in May 90, and
Mhm.
the light and sound program was introduced in October 90, when all the ex-Andaman prisoners were also called. So
Acha.
at that time, cellular jail was still being used as a jail, although it was declared a national memorial in 1979 by the government of Morarji Desai.
Okay.
Uh, the person who had come there in October 90, he said that the jail in which we suffered for the country, you are using as a jail for criminals.
Oh.
So that had hit me also. Then I came back to my office and asked if there is any place for jail. They said yes. Mega, take me to that place. I was taken, it was on the outskirts of Port Blair. its boundary was built, and inside only foundation were filled. Then I sought appointment with the Lieutenant Governor and told him about it. That I requested that you give me the fund, I'll get the jail constructed.
Okay.
3 days thereafter, the Lieutenant Governor called the meeting of the Finance Secretary, Chief Secretary, PWD Secretary, and Chief Engineer and myself. He only briefly told that give as much funds as Ms. Aggarwal needs for the construction of the jail. I then started the work on the construction of the jail. Ultimately, the jail was constructed, it was notified, prisoners were transferred from cellular jail, and the status of cellular jail as national memorial was restored to it.
That is a great job you might have done during this.
That's right. I
Very,
think
very,
it's that way.
that is. And is there any movie also on cellular jail?
Movie possibly may have been made later on, but that time light and sound program was introduced. I had brought a copy of that program, but that was also misplaced somewhere. And the whole story of Andaman is a very
I think a movie should also be made about cellular jail so that common man can visualize what happened over there.
that is right. But these days also light and sound program continues because movie can be seen everywhere in India, even in Chandigarh also.
Yes, yes, yes.
And light and sound you can hear only by going to the Port Blair people.
That is why a movie is very needed,
Essential.
very much needed over for
Yeah.
right, sir. Right. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much
Thank you.